Hello, welcome to a new video. I am riding the Honda Navi, currently in downtown Louisville, Kentucky. My plan here is to cross the 2nd Street Bridge into southern Indiana. Currently on Main Street in downtown. And the 2nd Street Bridge is kind of treacherous. If you can see on the road in the lane that I'm in, so windy. But the right lane has markings that indicate it's a shared lane between cars and bicycles. I, however, would never want to test that. In Indiana. Yeah, but the 2nd Street Bridge has the markings that indicate it's, a shared lane and the right lane on both sides, going in both directions to be shared with cyclists and things like that. I, however, would never want to actually have to do that because, as you saw when I was going through, the speed limit is 35. However, the speed limit being 35, people tend to do quite a bit over that. So now I'm just in southern Indiana. I want to see if I can I want to turn left here. I want to see if I can get to the street where this Colgate clock is. So if you live in the area, there's a clock on the southern Indiana side of the river. There's a big clock. It's right here, so I'm going to go down this side street if you actually be able to see it. This is Main Street. So I'll turn around here in a second. It's much more impressive at nighttime. It looks like they've built some cutouts here for pedestrian stuff, which is pretty cool with some seating options. Alright, so go the other way. So the clock that's straight up ahead, it's pretty cool looking. It's lit up and stuff. But if you ever wondered where that is, this is where that clock is. It's at the intersection of Main Street and South Clark Boulevard. So that is where that is. Now I'm in because all the stuff, so there, across the bridge in Indiana, there are 3 cities all right next to each other. So Clarksville, Jeffersonville, New Albany. So you can, actually take the Big 4 pedestrian bridge if you're on a bike or on foot from the Louisville, Kentucky side to the Jeffersonville, Indiana side, and then without going all that far, also go through Clarksville and New Albany. So you can go through multiple cities and counties, even on foot or on a bicycle, pretty easily. Yeah, but the 2nd Street Bridge is pretty treacherous when you're coming over here, in my opinion. Especially on two-wheeled transportation like this Navi, where it's not super fast. Because like I said, the speed limit's 35, but people do quite a bit over that. And make it feel pretty unsafe. So, I didn't really plan out a route in advance of this ride. I figure I'd just go and loop around southern Indiana. It's been cold and nasty weather recently, so I haven't gotten to really ride anything. And I don't like to let a gas bike like this one just sit there for forever. I like to start it up, if nothing else, or take it for a ride every so often. So the weather today was sunny with a high in the 50s, which is the nicest weekend we've had in a while. So this is just going through Jeffersonville, the kind of riverfront area. Kind of has a look, kind of a vintage, cool look, with some of these facades being older. And there's various stores down here, and restaurants and bars and shops. Guess I'll go right. And then straight up ahead, that would be where, if you take the Big 4 pedestrian bridge, where it comes out on the Indiana side. You know, for cruises like this, the Navi is pretty well suited. Where you're doing moderate speeds, just rolling through. It's not super great for, and I've done some videos where I've gone on rides, but the roads where the speed limits are all like a minimum of 45 or higher, where people do over the speed limit most of the time, the bike can do on flat ground with the wind at my back. I've had it close to 55, but that's with a lot of open space and very little wind, or the wind behind me. You're not going to hit that in everyday traffic. And this is the Ohio River, so let's go down here to the riverfront and see what that looks like. And this, oh, it's closed. Oh, no good, it's closed. I guess because the water level's too high. Yep. So it may be hard to see, but the river is higher, the river level, covering most of the dock down there. And then the part that is not flooded and covered in water has a bunch of debris all over the place, a bunch of tree trunks, random trash. So can't go down there. So we'll not be going down by the riverfront right there. I know I've gone through before to through some different parts of down, you know, in this area in Jeffersonville. So, I will not be able to go down and look directly at the river, but I will loop back around through here. Like I said, the Navi is a good cruising bike to have fun in scenarios like this, and be a commuter for this type of traffic. The place where I don't think this is going to shine is, I know I've had people in the comments, I think on here or maybe Instagram, I think on YouTube, asking me, would this be suitable for XYZ? And I don't know that personally I would want to take this in rush hour traffic on roads where the speed limits are 45 miles per hour and everybody does 50 or 60 for very long stretches, because that's pretty much going to have you riding this flat out full throttle the entire time. That's just me, because I do know that there are people who regularly have commutes like that and who ride scooters, gas scooters, like Honda Ruckus or a Chinese one or something where it's 50 cc's or 49 cc's, and take those in those exact same traffic conditions every single day. So it's just your personal comfort level. I don't like riding consistently in crowded traffic where people are going faster than I am and faster than this bike is capable of. Because I just feel like you can get yourself in a bad situation that you can't really get out of. Yeah, so this is down to the riverfront area. So I'm going to see if I can maybe get a glimpse of the river through here. Through the parking lot between Kingfish and this brewery. Yeah, so this is the Ohio River. There's a bunch of bridges going from Indiana to Kentucky. This is the 2nd Street Bridge that I came over here on. And that's, there are a few bridges over there. Because there was a massive project a handful of years ago to build additional toll bridges between Kentucky and Indiana. So there are multiple bridges between downtown Louisville and Jeffersonville, and then there's also a bridge in the east end of Louisville by Prospect that'll take you over to Indiana as well. The only bridge that does not charge a toll is the 2nd Street Bridge, the one that I came over on. And so the 2nd Street Bridge doesn't charge a toll, and it's not a highway. Again, with these Navi, the top speed's not fast enough to go highway speeds. We just entered Clarksville, Indiana. So it's not really fast enough to do highway speeds, and you're not really supposed to take these on the highway, because they can't, again, do highway speeds consistently. Even if it's a highway with a speed limit of 55, you'd be hard pressed to get it up to 65 and to stay at 65. So this to the left is the Ohio River Greenway, which is a walking, running, cycling path that goes along the riverfront. There's also some park stuff up here. Some little play parks for kids. You can go look out over the river. I know that I've come up here before different times of year and seen people having a picnic out here. I know in the fall I came through before, there were multiple people that had blankets and candles and lights and like a setup. But yeah, if I kept going up over there to the left, that would take you to the Falls of the Ohio Park. Now I'm going to try to navigate these neighborhoods to get where I'm wanting to go, because I kind of want to go to New Albany. I think you keep going straight, because these are areas that I when I come through on the different bikes, the e-bikes and stuff, the ride's a bit different because you can just take the Ohio River Greenway as your path. But on the street, there are alternate routes you have to go. And I don't remember where all of these go. I guess I'll go left. There are some cooler historic homes down through here. And Clarksville. You know, it is interesting. There's a lot of movies. You know, they're always set or shot in LA, New York, Atlanta. A lot of it, you know, be green screen and recreations. Like if you watch, you know, one of the more recent, the last Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, you know, it's almost all green screen. There's very little actually in New York. But regardless, you know, you don't see as much depiction of Midwestern parts of the country and neighborhoods like this that I think are somewhat representative of what a lot of America looks like to people versus the larger cities. And the larger cities are very fun to visit. But you know, you don't get as much of a view of real America, and that's part of what's, you know, got me interested in recording all these videos. Is I just like recording areas that are the types of places you don't see a lot of coverage of. Yeah, I just don't think you get as much, there aren't as many things that show areas outside of, the big, film industry hubs. Unless it's like a true crime documentary on Netflix or something where they go and film stuff in, whatever part of the country, but, because between Southern Indiana and Louisville, Kentucky, so you do get a mixture, not that Louisville's a big city at all, but you do get a mixture of like city stuff with suburban neighborhood stuff, and then you're not too far from a little bit more rural areas. And then my hope here is to get down to the New Albany area and then wrap this up. It is surprising I haven't seen more people out on motorcycles or even on bicycles. This is great weather for a change. And then the staple of America, fast food. The camera that I'm recording this on, the Insta360 Ace Pro, it's an action camera. I'm recording it in the active HDR mode, so hopefully the skies aren't too blown out and it captures some of that detail in the skies. I think I'm getting closer to downtown New Albany. And the Navi's got 2,156 miles, so 2,156 miles. I got this back in April of 2022. So in a few months, in a couple months, I will have had this for 2 years, which doesn't seem like it's been that long. So that's how time goes. And since then, Honda's released other mini motos that are, in the lower end of the price spectrum. Some of them use a little bit older technology, because like this Navi is carbureted, not fuel injected. And practically, the big difference, in terms of the end user of it being carbureted, is that in the cold winter months, you might have to do more, you might have to mess around with the choke to get it started and running when it's really cold. But, that's how motorcycles worked for a long time. Alright, finally on the move, and I'll be stuck at another light. Now I'm turning on to East Main Street in downtown New Albany, Indiana. And, you know, there's storefronts and stuff down through here. City Hall over on the right. Different buildings down here. They've actually built up and have a decent number of restaurants and bars and different stuff down here. There's a lot of historic homes through here. And there's the Culbertson Mansion, which is over on the right. It's a big mansion that they claim is haunted, and I know they do haunted houses or tours or something there in the fall during October. So I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna pull a U-turn and go back. Go down by the river and then wrap this up. Yeah, but over to the left, that is the mansion, which is, I've never actually been in there, so I'm not really sure what it looks like on the inside, but it's pretty massive from the outside, and the sun is shining in my eyes. It's kind of hard to see where this turn is. Oh. This is the Ohio River Greenway, so that pedestrian, running, walking, bike path that I went by earlier. If you continue on that, it comes out down here. So I believe from the Big Four Bridge to the end of the Greenway, which ends over here in New Albany, it's about 6 miles. So it's about a 12-mile round trip if you're starting, you know, by the Big Four Bridge. So, you know, you can follow that and just go straight. It doesn't really fork or have, you know, options where all you can go. You pretty much just go straight. And then it goes along the Ohio River. Then it ends over here in New Albany by their amphitheater area. On the riverfront, there's a skate park down here. So that's where it comes out to. It looks like the river is way up, so I may not be able to go down on this boat ramp that's over here, but yeah, that was taking the Honda Navi for a ride. I started in downtown Louisville, went across the 2nd Street Bridge into southern Indiana, and then kind of went through Jeffersonville and Clarksville and New Albany. But yeah, that'll wrap it up till next time. Later.